Hi guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. How are you? Happy Thursday. Actually Tuesday. I'll be live on Thursday again. Wishing the week away. No, it's only Tuesday. Hi. Thanks for popping on. You guys know we're going to save it. Don't worry. We're going to save it like we always do. But it's going to be a fun live because I was really excited about this collection, honestly. If you guys, you probably know the brand BEVLAH. Okay, we know them. We love them. I got you up on my other phone. Hi. But this is also in collaboration with M.Aura. And if you don't follow her, that is her name on here, at M.Aura Nails. You'll find her. She's incredibly talented. And she collaborated and came up with this collection for BEVLAH. So I think for the past 4 years or so, she does a lot of 3D, like, how would you guys call it? Like the boba gel, that kind of thing, like the 3D gel like that. She does a lot of work with that. And this time, all the nail jewelry, all that kind of stuff was created with this collection she collaborated and created for BEVLAH. And it's all you need for isolated chrome. So she went live 4 times with different nail jewelry designs, like puffy heart designs, like dots, like all kinds of things. And she actually saved them. So they're on her page in her video section. You will find them. So she shows you exactly how to use this. But I'm going to translate what I learned from that and show you guys some other ways to use these gels. So basically what you're going to get, and don't be upset really, because I think it's sold out. Because it's everything you need. And I think people knew this from watching her live. So as soon as it hit, it's like sold out. You get 4 gels. Okay, you get Easy Dust, Powder Base, Clear Liner, and Top Liner. All right, so these gels in the bottles come with and it comes in this precious little packaging, like black packaging. You get a card that shows you the instructions for the timing of things. But anything that's in the bottle, 60 seconds. Okay. Then you also get 4 chromes, and they are metal chromes. All right. But what she explained in her lives was it took her a very long time to pick these 4 chromes. So you get a great silver, which silver can be finicky with chrome. Sometimes it doesn't even grab. This is a great silver. A champagne gold, a bronze, and a pink that doesn't look like, an ooh pink. It's really pretty. So all 4 of those that are going to work beautifully with any of these gels. And then you get the volume gels. So there's a black and there's a white. And that's what she uses to create every look that she created in those lives. And it's a ton of looks, all with these products. Okay. So that's what I want to show you. I want to show you some shortcuts, like that kind of thing. And we're just going to go to town, I think. Did anybody get to pick this up? Like when it dropped? I'm curious. Because I know you guys all love isolated chrome looks. And I'm not going to go and do like the designs that she taught. You guys can watch those, but I want to give you an idea. So first of all, if you want something to not stick to your base color, what you're going to use is Easy Dust. The reason it's named this means you can chrome, and what is not on your 3D or your volume gel or whatever gel you're using to adhere chrome, it's going to dust off. Okay? You're waiting for yours. It's on the way. Cool, Joey. Definitely watch her lives. But let's use this. So you have to do a couple things when you use the Easy Dust. You will see that it says no wipe. However, and I did use a BEVLAH gel, so you don't have to do this, but I used the BEVLAH from the Vampire. I used their black. If you're using a different gel and you're going to use the Easy Dust, I would wipe the inhibition layer, okay? I do that with actually all my matte top coats because I don't want to contaminate the matte top coat. Does that make sense? Right? I don't want that inhibition layer on there. So I'm going to wipe that off real quick. And I'm going to actually have to move some of this, I think, because you know what happens with the phone when you don't. Is there another one available that's Easy Dust since this one sold out? I do think that I feel like the collection's probably been reordered. And there are other mattes that you can use, M.Aura. Why don't you DM me and I'll give you some options. I'm not sure which ones are in stock. By the way, guys, I'm Lauren. And I am Inspo by Nails. And you know what? A million years ago, it was really hard to find a matte that would not grab extra chrome. 100%. I just put my name up there in case you don't follow. But hit me up in DMs and I'll send you a list. Now there are better ones. Like I just feel like there's so much available to us now to make our life easier. It really is something else. All right, so Easy Dust. This is what we want. If we're doing some isolated chrome, it's a matte, of course. All right. So we're going to put this on as evenly as possible. I hope I didn't get dust on the nail. I kind of painted this ahead of time for you guys to save time because I know you want to focus on the isolated chrome, not me painting a black nail. And we want to get through some stuff, right? We're going to cure this for 60 seconds. All right, the Easy Dust Matte. Now, even though it says it looks like a no wipe, it's not going to feel like anything. It says non-wipe type. You still want to wipe it off and let it dry before we go in with whatever we want to do with our isolated chrome. We're just going to pick one for right this second so you can see what it looks like. And we'll pick one of the chromes. We'll use all four. They're really beautiful colors. And she said the silver took the longest because she's really picky about her silver. The cool thing about doing things like nail jewelry like this or like this, right? They're not going to pop off the nail. There's no charms. If you go look at her designs, like they're so beautiful and they will last. I mean, until you take them off, right? We're creating them, we're making them. It really does make them super unique and beautiful. But this is all you need. You need Easy Dust. And then I'm going to show you something special about these three. The other three, the powder base, the clear liner, and the top liner all have a special brush. So Easy Dust has a regular brush, like a regular bottle brush, because usually you're putting that matte on top of everything. All right, so this looks nice and matte, but let's wipe it off. That's what we want to do. And you want to give it time to dry. All right. Let that, this is just isopropyl alcohol. We're just going to let it evaporate. Okay. But as you can see, Easy Dust has a regular brush. All right, and all the bottles, 60-second cure, okay? Now, powder base. This is the one you're going to use if you want powder on the nail, okay? So it's basically like a no wipe. But look at the brush. Look at it. It's got a liner brush. It's very easy to put all over the nail if you want to do a full nail application, but we can also use this in other ways, which I will show you. All right, and then the clear liner is going to be when we want to seal that chrome, right? That's another problem with chrome. It can wear, and especially if you have it on a raised area like a nail jewelry piece like this or like this, okay? What I did to keep this nail matte and keep the jewelry looking like this, and even this one, I coated it with clear liner. All right. And this is great if you have just an edge or something like that, but you can put this on a palette and we can use a little tiny brush with it too. So the clear liner is going to seal the chrome, and then we would finish with the top liner. Okay, so we finish with the top gel. So that's why, and look, these are such nice brushes. All right. So that is why these are the only 4 that you need. These metals are perfect. And then you have the 2 volume gels. So they are definitely going to be a thicker consistency. It's not super thin, and it holds texture if you want it to. But it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay where we put it. And these pots are a 30-second cure. So this is what we're chroming, the white or the black. I'll show you really quickly in just a second. All right. I love BEVLAH pots. See, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, it is a thicker. I'd call it medium, but it's not spiky. You know, like, so definitely you guys have used viscosity like this before. And let's just get a brush real quick and do just a random like mark on the nail. Hold on one second. Let me get a brush. Just to show you what I mean. You'll be able to see it because I have this matte, right? So it'll be shiny. But you see the consistency? Let me show you. All right, so it's like that. All right. So that little whip part, you could take that off if you want. But we're just going to make a mark. I just want to show you, like, all right. I'm just making a little swirly spot. All right, see how it's raised? We're not getting precise. We're just making a spot to chrome. All right, and we're going to cure this for 30 seconds. All right. Just to show you. If you go and look at their page, they will show you pictures of all 4 of these chromes on clear, on white, on black. You know the difference, like with these metallic chromes, they're going to look different if they're on dark, if they're going to be like the dark black or the lighter white, etc. They would look different if they're on a clear nail, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to use an eyeshadow brush to apply it. Okay. It's just, oh, there's gold. Gold's my favorite. I do love gold. I'm just going to grab some from the lid because that's really all we need. You can grab some from here if you want. You can see the champagne gold. All right. And you're like, Lauren, it's all over the nail. No, it won't be because we're just going to wipe it off and it'll be perfect. All right, you can use a sponge to wipe off excess chrome. Do you see? It's nowhere else. All right. You can use a duster, whatever you want. Something soft though. You don't want something so hard. All right. I'm going to have chrome all over myself before the night is through. I tend to like pour it on my fingers. So we're going to have to ignore those little bits, but okay, we could do this with the gold. We could do it with the silver. Every chrome adheres to this volume gel this beautifully, that easily, which is amazing. And she had said when she was creating this, she felt bad because she kept going back to BEVLAH like, kind of right, but not quite. Like they had to test things back and forth so much. And you can tell when you get these gels in your hands because they really do work exactly like she says. So yeah. All right, so let's say this is what you wanted and you wanted a matte nail and you want to keep just this little gold area, what you're going to use is the clear liner first to seal that chrome. All right, and then the top liner. All right, you don't need a lot. Like I said, if it's something delicate like those other ones that I was playing with and will do, you can use this just on a regular liner brush. You don't have to use this brush, but it's nice that for bigger sections, or if you did like a little French or a little topper, like a cuticle topper or something, you could use this. All right, so this is going to seal your chrome, and then we're going to cure it for 60 seconds because remember, it's a bottle, and then we could do the top for 60 seconds. But that's basically it, okay? That is basically it. So let me show you something else that's really cool about these. And we'll use this one. So these gels can also give you this kind of texture if you want it to, okay? You're just going to use them in a different way. So the first thing that we're going to do is put Easy Dust on again, all right? Because we don't want it on anything else. Let's wipe it again, just in case. These have been sitting out for a little bit. I don't want to give you dusty nails, which is quite possible in this house. I hope everyone's having a good night. I know it's St. Patty's Day. I did wear green. I think I do have some Irish in me. I don't want to get pinched. All right, Easy Dust. All right, so just a regular coat of Easy Dust. Again, we're going to cure it for 60 seconds. And then I want to show you that powder base too. So she also talked about the quality of chromes. And so I do know this to be true. Not all chromes are the same quality. Trust me. I wish they were, but they're not. So if you're having trouble, it might be your chrome. But this powder base is going to make things pretty easy. I'll show you if you want to do all over. And we started at 7, but we are going to save it. Okay? And in the meantime, let's just put a top coat on this, the top liner on this. All right. And it's fun to be able to do isolated chrome and keep just that part shiny. You especially want to do that when you're doing all those beautiful jewelry designs. Okay. And I'll show you like a little one. But she has all of them up on her page. You're going to love them. So, and don't worry, it is in Japanese, but you really don't even need to understand what she's saying. Just watch your hands, okay? And you will be fine. All right. Oh, sorry, I bumped you. Behind on the video, what is Easy Dust? Hi, Kathy. So this is a BEVLAH / M.Aura collaboration. This is all you need for isolated chrome. It comes with these 4 gels from BEVLAH, these 2 volume gels, and the perfect metals, okay? So that's what we're playing with. And sorry, it is out of stock, I believe. It went quick. Okay, because she took all her expertise and put it into creating this collection with BEVLAH so that we have everything that we need for isolated chrome without having to worry about it. So the great Easy Dust matte, a clear liner, a top liner, and even a powder base. So what we mean by that is if you wanted the whole nail a certain color, you can use powder base. Or let's say I just want an area here chromed. I'm going to take most of it off. We don't need this to be like heavy. All right. So I'm going to put it right around here like a circle. Kind of. All right, good enough. It's the bottle again, so we're going to cure it for 60 seconds, okay? Oh, I see. Wait, I put a bubble in there. Sorry. Sorry. All right, we're going to cure this. 60 seconds. All right, let's use gold. And you know what? Let me show you this on a whole thing too, like on a whole nail. Let's use a different chrome and we'll do it on this one. Hold on, we'll do like a pearly. Do a pearly. Yes, I love sets too. And you know what I especially love? I really love these incredible nail artists that collaborate their sets because they know exactly what we need. And when a brand comes to them and says, let's do something with this, they can say, all right, because I use this from this brand, this from another brand, you know, to create a look. Now they're collaborating and making these collections that everything you need is in that collection for their like beautiful looks, you know, like that they create. Make sure that's in there before I move on to this one. All right, so I did that little flower in gold, but let's do this part. This is the bronze. I want to show you. Look at this bronze. I mean, how gorgeous is that? It is so delicate. It's like a perfect delicate bronze. All right, you ready? This should be done. I'm hoping that my lamp got it. It's awfully on the side there, but I think so. The only thing you do want to watch when I said with the color gels, the volume gels, look at that. You see? We could do a whole nail like this if we wanted to. I'm not going to worry about dusting anything else off yet because I want to show you how to use the volume black to do the petals and actually make like raised textured petals, right? So I'm going to use their art liner. By the way, BEVLAH has some great brushes that have some bristles, okay? So you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm just going to dip into the black volume and we are going to create some petals, and I'm doing it thin and I want it to have lines. Do you see how that has lines? I'm not even doing them right next to one another because we'll put some more petals in too. All right, because I'm pressing, this is creating texture in my brush strokes because this is a thicker gel. All right. And it doesn't matter that it's going over top that copper, like the bronze that I just did. All right. Doesn't matter. It actually looks better and more like a flower when we chrome this again because it's not a perfect little circle. All right. But I'm pressing. Pressing. All right. I'm going to do 30 seconds on this. Okay? 30 seconds. When using these gels, it's a 30-second cure. When using the bottles, it's a 60-second cure. So powder base versus volume pot, is that flat versus dimensional? I would say kind of yes, but if you watch her puffy heart design, you'll see that she uses it also to soften out something that she created with the volume gel. So she made this big balloon heart, but then to soften it up before chroming, she used the powder base to soften everything up before adding the chrome. So you can use it multiple ways. Okay, let's go with our gold. All right, it's champagne gold. So there's definitely different ways to use it, but you see what I mean? Easy breezy. Look at that. All right. We're going to dust off the excess. And then we're going to add some more petals. Oh, I just got silver on there by accident. Didn't mean to do that. Oops. I meant to keep it gold, but you guys get the picture, okay? See the gold? Pretty, pretty. Now let's go in and do some more petals. All right, and another good thing about the black, it really does help you see what you're doing, right? Because it's tinted. You guys know that. And you can make them fatter if you want to. You can make them thinner if you want to. As long as you're pressing down, this gel is going to hold a little bit of a texture, which is kind of what you want when making petals. And we're going to do something else for this center. But it's much easier than you would think, because the gels do all the work for you. The sky's the limit, guys, with designs. And I really do want you to go watch her lives. They're so good. And I'm so thankful that she saved them, because they usually do not save them in other countries. Exactly. M.Aura nails. They usually don't save them. And if you're lucky enough to watch, that's it. So it was very, very generous of her to do 4 different lives, all these different techniques with this collection, and save it for us. So, well, for everyone, really. She's got a lot of fans because she's super talented. All right, let's chrome that again. I think I probably have plenty on here. Yeah. All right, so this gives us even more dimension again. More petals. Right, that is like full on flower now. The only thing I want to do is kind of make something stand out around the edge of the circle. So I'm just going to dot some, I'm going to dot a few little dots in there, and we're going to do those silver, okay, just to make it stand out a little different. And they don't have to be perfect at all, but I like the mirror part. All right. I like that this looks like mirror chrome, and this looks like textured chrome. I think it gives you a nice difference. All right, so maybe we focus it just around here. I'm not making them super pointy. These are not so stiff that it's like pokey. All right, that would not wear well. You see what I mean? Like there's little tiny bumps, but they're soft bumps. All right, again, 30 seconds. And maybe we'll keep this one completely matte and just use the clear and liner on top. Really fun. All right, so another thing I want to show you really quick. We're going to use the powder base all over this. So yes, it has a liner brush, but it's easy enough to do powder all over with this brush. So if you want full chrome, all right, so it lays very nicely, and you don't have to have a full brush in the bottle for it to work, right? You can do it however you like the circle that we just did, or just brush it all over the nail. The only thing I think you could possibly over cure is the volume gels. Remember, not more than 30 seconds, or it may have trouble, you know, grabbing a chrome. So you don't really want to do that. 60. Let's do silver. And I do want to show you like a fine silver line, etc. too. That's the only problem, guys. These do take a little while doing chrome designs. All right, so let's put the gold silver on there. So now you see we've got silver, copper, and gold on here with this full chrome flower. And again, the way to protect it, I would definitely use a sponge first, get excess chrome off. I'm probably putting more on with my fingers as we speak, but we're going to ignore that. All right. You can dust it with a nice brush. Just you want your excess chrome off before going in with anything else. But this is big enough that we can use the clear liner right out of the bottle. All right, we want to seal that chrome. I mean, you could certainly overlay the whole thing if that's what you want to do. But if you want to keep this part of the nail matte, then you're going to go in with the clear. All right. Then with the top coat, the top liner. I love having art liners like this. I really do. And I'll show you a little tiny band and how you can just put this on a palette and use it that way too. Okay, it's totally up to you. All right, but this is 60 seconds. Remember, it's in the bottle. It's 60 seconds. Oh, we want to do a chrome on that. I had out, oh, let me see if this is it. Okay, have you guys seen this? It's called Translucent from Ho. It's a great translucent pearly Ho nails. I'm just going to dip my finger in it. Sorry. All right, super translucent. All right, so that's the powder base. You guys also know, if you were going to not keep this base matte, if you're going to overlay the entire thing, here, I'll show you. When you have chromed a nail like this, everything on this nail is chromed. You can go straight in with these, all right, and then chrome again, and it's not going to stick to anything else because there's already chrome on this entire nail. So chrome does not stick to chrome, right? So let's say we just want to do something fast and easy. Let's use the black to make it stand out so you can see it. All right. Can you guys see that? I know you can see that top part. I don't know if you can see this bottom part. I'll get a little bit more. Like just some cascading swirl here, okay? You see that? Nothing fancy, just a little swirly. All right, it's 30 seconds. And this has the clear on it, but we didn't do the top liner yet. All right, again, I don't need a lot on my brush. Already has the clear. If I was being super precise, like with the nail jewelry, etc., I'd use a tiny little liner and just put this on a palette, which we can do for one. All right, but that is it. And it looks good to have part of the nail shiny and part of the nail matte, right? 60 seconds because it was a bottle. I think this is probably enough. Let me show you this silver real quick too. Actually, let me show you the pink. I'll show you this pink because it's a very, very, very pretty pink. Okay, it's almost like a mulberry, like. I know you're looking at gold, but I have all four sides of this. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere other than where we put that black because we already chromed this nail. So chrome does not stick to chrome. Okay, so that's just something to remember when you're playing with chrome. Okay, so if you have full chrome on the nail, that is the perfect time to go in and do some details because that is only going to pick up the next chrome you use. Okay, that one I'd probably just overlay and call it a day. Right? Okay, so let me show you. Let's show you real quick. Like a tiny little jewelry band. Just a tiny one. I'm going to put these here so people can see what we're doing. And this one's done. Okay. All right. Again, we're starting with Easy Dust. We want the whole nail matte, right? A whole nail matte. 60 seconds. And then we are going to wipe it and let it dry after it comes out of the lamp. Now, something else that she does, which I find to be really, really, really smart, is she marks designs. Okay, so if you're doing something like this, okay, she might make a dot at the top and somewhere in the middle, just to say, all right, let me sketch out this curve. And we can do that on one. Right now we're going to take one straight across. And again, sorry guys, their brushes are very, very good. And you can use like just this little short liner for almost everything. You might want one that's a little bit more chunky. All right. But for something else, but we'll just sketch out a little design. All right, so before we forget, 60 seconds for the bottle. We cured it, but we're still going to wipe it, and we are still going to let it sit to let that alcohol evaporate. Okay. I'm going to do the tiniest of lines. I do want to show you how beautiful this silver is. All right, and I'm just using a tiny, tiny bit of the black. You can still see it, right? Because it's still shiny. I have a very difficult time looking through my phone and seeing this is not going to be even. I can tell you because I feel like I can't go straight when I'm looking through here. Maybe because I usually have it up right by my face. Because I'm old and I can't see as well. But we're going to pretend that this is somewhat straight. You guys can do a straight line. I can when I'm not recording. I'm sorry. It's like because I'm at an angle, I feel like I draw at an angle. Oh, well. Right, but see how fussy you can get with this? You can do this tiny little thing like this. Whatever. We are going to use this. I'm keeping it away. I don't want it by my gels. Just do 30 seconds this way. It doesn't even really need to be 30. It's so thin. And I should stop and also see if you guys asked any questions. Let's use a silver because it is a fabulous silver. And there are a lot of silvers that are not so fabulous. So, but I think for jewelry, silver is kind of important. And see that? Gorgeous little silver. Even though it's not perfect, still looks like a nice little silver line, right? You can use a dotting tool. You can use whatever you want, guys, to create some really cute faux jewelry designs. But like I said, I'm going to let you watch all of her techniques because she's amazing, right? But you can go ahead and create whatever you want. Do these little tiny jewelry bands that look so cute. So delicate. And I'm going to show you the little trace line that I'm talking about. So her theory is if we put down a wet layer, right, like a little sketch layer, what's going to happen is if we go right back on top of it, the gel is going to follow what we sketched, right? Because you guys know that. That's what gel does. It goes where we initially put it down. Uh-oh, look. That could have foiled us. I see a hair. Where is it? Oh, no. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. All right. So we'll do that for the next one. And we'll make a more raised band. Okay. This is where it's going to come in handy to have those liners on a paper, you know, like a palette, just to keep the rest of the nail matte. All right, and then, and I'll tell you what, you guys get the collection. You go watch her create like all these jewelry bands. You're going to be like, give me my collection. I need to go practice because it's fun. I think I flubbed that one up. You guys are going to just pretend I didn't, okay? It'll be all right. Trompe de l'oeil, right? It'll fool the eye. 30 seconds. Because those are a little heavier, we definitely can do 30 seconds. You just don't want to over-cure these. They are meant to be cured for a shorter amount of time and chromed, okay? Oh, I just stuck my finger in it. Sorry. But how pretty are they, right? Oh, perfect. All you need, all you need. And it's not like you can't use your other chromes with these. You certainly can. I'm just showing you these because they come with the collection and we're playing around with these delicate little jewelry looks. So I made a big fat one there, but that's okay. All right. And we're going to wipe off the excess. And we're going to do another one. Okay, let's do another one. All right, so here's the sketch theory, right? Oh, wait, let me brush this off real quick. If we're going to... Oh, yeah, some of my dots were a little funky. Sorry, guys. You get the idea, though. Let's say this is the center, and I want to make it straight. Maybe this will help me make a straight line with the camera on. It will, right? And this is here. Is that kind of straight? Sure. We're going to pretend it is. Well, I should have done vertical. Always easier. All right, so there's our little test line. Do you guys see it? Very small. Now, we're going to load up our brush a little bit more. Okay? And we're going to do this. All right, I'm hardly even touching the nail. All right, see how it's building up? If you don't put any pressure on it at all, you're going to build up a little bit more of a line. Because this is a volume gel, and I'm using a very tiny brush, but we want it to be kind of even, right? So we are dragging a little bit. Just a little delicate line. I started above where I stopped when adding more, but you see I'm just, see how it has a little volume? And I promise to look for comments when I cure this time. Actually, I don't, because when it comes out, I want to chrome it real quick, then I'll look. How about that? Just get it as even as you can. You can kind of look at it and tell. And then we're going to cure it for 30 seconds. I don't know if there is really a lot of, if it's always true, but I do tend to like to hit my chrome designs pretty quickly after they come out of the lamp, like while they're still warm. I don't know if that's just me, but I kind of do. I don't let them sit for long. All right. And now we have like a perfect little jewelry band here, a little ring band. We're gonna wipe off all that excess chrome. It's sweet, right? And then the way we would fix this so that the nail is matte and these look like jewelry bands, we would take, let me get a palette. Where's my palette? Oh, there it is. Oh, it has cleaner on it. Hold on a second. I'll get rid of that. All right. So we're going to want a teeny tiny palette. I want to close this up real quick. You can also use like diamond gel for the dots. You can do anything that your heart desires, guys. All right. This is just all set up so that you can create these kinds of looks with these 4 gels and whatever chromes that you want. These volume gels are really nice to work with. All right. So we want clear first, but this time these are really tiny. So I want some clear here. And then we'll do the liner too, okay? So let's just use the short liner. It's this tiny little short liner. And listen, these are definitely going to move a lot more than these structured gels. So you don't want to take forever or load it on so thick that it's, you know, dripping everywhere. You can even do a little flash if you want, okay? Moving it away from the gel that's on the table. because knowing I would have hit it here and that would have been cured. All right, and same here, okay? So we're going to like kind of tap these. All right, they're very, very small. I know, right? Black cat stamping, right? And according to M.Aura, they did so much work with it, and I believe it because it's so good. I knew it would be. I love her. I love BEVLAH. And I just knew. And it's probably why it sold out. Yeah. Because she thought of everything. Because as an artist who works in this medium all the time, we know what we need. That, you know, her creating this. We know what we need to make our lives easier. Like, we need a mat that's never going to grab that extra chrome. We need a power base that's going to grab chrome beautifully if we want it to. We need a clear to protect it, and we need a top that's also going to protect that chrome. So again, please go follow her, and also watch those 4 lives. I don't care if you understand a word, you will understand her hands. You will see what she's doing. If you have any questions, come ask me. Okay? But they are really good videos, really good lives. And like I said, they usually do not save them. So we got lucky. She saved not 1, not 2, but 4. Okay? So yeah, they're there for you. All right, so now we need this top liner too. All right. And again, remember, these are not as thick as what we just did with the jewelry, right? So you need just a little, you need a little bit. You don't need to flood it, or then your mat's going to be messed up. They're missing one of these items. That's correct. And like I was saying, yes, this is sold out. If you are new to chrome, isolated chrome, I would say click the notify me, you know, like notify me when it comes back. Oh, I went a little below that line. Hold on, I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyway, I would click notify me for when it comes back in. If you are not, yes, there are some other mats that can do the job, but then you're grabbing a bunch of different brands for the other recipes for this, right? So it's up to you what you need. There used to be like no mats that would do the job. Honestly, very few. And I want to make sure I am getting that on the inside and outside. And I promised I'd look at questions. Now that this is basically done. Oh, wait, I didn't remove that spot that I overhit. I can see it. You guys probably can't see it, but I went over the jewelry area. It shouldn't have been down there because I'm yapping away. All right, sorry. Okay, let me see what I missed here. You already did. Oh, good, Nora. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's I'm sure that they. If you look her up, thank you, Joey. You have to go to her video section. Yes, you do need to follow. Actually, I'm going to put it up right now. Anyone watching? This is M. There she is. Okay, I just put it up. M.Aura Nails. Okay, that's who you need to follow. All right, that's who created this collection with BEVLAH. And BEVLAH was, BEVLAH does that, right? They collaborate with some amazing artists, which is so much fun because they know all these different things. Let me show you this too. I want to show you that you can use it very delicately, okay? So, okay. All right, let me use lapis from Nuage, all right, to do some quick petals. I know I'm painting tone on tone, but you guys will see this when I pull the cat eye. Okay, like so. All right, see it? And this is on a, what do you call it? Which is not really what I want. It's on a magnetic stand, but that's okay. We're just going to flash it to give you an idea. This set will change your whole game. I'm new with chrome and it looks so sloppy. Thank God I'm just a DIYer. Girl, you'll get better. You got to give yourself some grace. The more you play with it, the better you'll get. Promise. And it really does make a difference what you're using. It really is so helpful when you're using something that makes your life easier. And I'm just so grateful how many of those products are available to us now, honestly. There's so many. Didn't used to be. All right, I'm just trying to get some. Good enough. Some glow here. As I want to show you, you can also use this in a very delicate manner if you want. Okay. But we need something to play with. Where is it? There it is. All right, so if we turn this, we can see some petals. That's what we want, but we are going to use the black. I think I'm using black the most right now so you guys can see what we're doing, because it's hard to see the white on camera, but if you like everything a little bit lighter, you're going to use the white, okay? It's up to you, but that's all you need. I mean, I like having both options depending on what we're playing with, right? But the cat eye I'm using is Lapis from Nuage. And I'll show you the number. I think it's number 1. It's like this beautiful neutral peachy golden color. I have my brush laying on the edge of it. So as soon as I cure this little bit, I'll show you. But we're going to put cat eye over top the whole thing. And that's another, we're going to put the matte over top the whole thing. But that's what I want to show you. This is still going to look really pretty, even over, it's not going to ruin your cat eye. There are some mattes that will ruin your cat eye, 100%. They're too thick, all right? And it doesn't work out well. We're going to move these guys away from one another. Here it is. All right, so this is Lapis Nuage. Here, I'll show you. You can take a picture. So that's the brand. Look under N Nuage. This is Lapis Mag 01. Do you see it? It's like a beautiful neutral. But man, are they shiny. It's also what I'm wearing. Not the Lapis, but the Palmly 2. This is number 7. Oops. I have other stuff on my nails right now, but yeah. Yeah, they're beautiful. You're welcome. So, so pretty. Okay. As soon as that's cured, let's put the Easy Dust matte over top the whole thing. And then I want to show you how you can just do little areas. Of course, we're running over the hour. I'm sorry, guys. I do not mean to keep you. I know you probably have a green beer or something. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love this gel too. I can't wait till this comes back in for you guys. Palmly 1 and the Palmly 2 collection comes in. I mean, ignore the janky state of my nails right now. Just ignore it. But yeah, I think we're going on 3 weeks. So, whoops. All right. Easy dust. Let's do it. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Nora. Thank you. I'm glad you guys popped on. I really am glad that we saved them because I feel like it's hard to find a good time for everyone to come on here. But I'll be back on Thursday. I will. You're going to love that one too. You guys want a sneak peek of it before we go? Want me to show you like a nail or two that I've gotten done for it before we go? Tell me. Can you guess what it is? Have I said already? Oh my gosh. You do. Oh, Johanna, you don't have them? You're going to love them. Woo! They are so beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Here, let's see if you guys can guess what we're doing on... Let's see if you can guess what we're doing on Thursday. Can you guess from that? How about from this? Can you guess? Can you guess? Oh, you didn't get to grab any. We're going to play with toys. We're going to play with toys. That's just a little bit of what we're going to play with that. Because that is like a nail art brand. Phew. All right, 60 seconds. Again, the bottles require 60 seconds. The pots, 30. Okay? Look, you can still see that satin in there. So pretty. All right. Remember, though, we do have to wipe it. Even though it's Snow White, best practices. And she said, oh, you just ordered the mermaid. Oh, boy. So many fun things with toys. I mean, what a great name, right? It is. It's like nail toys. Like toys for us because we love nail art stuff. Okay. Again, teeny little brush. All right. So when you're playing with this kind of stuff, I'm just putting a little tiny bit on my... Another great thing about these, look how it grabs that brush. You think this is going to run up the brush? No way. It's going to stay right there. And we are going to, like, listen, I'm not sketching these perfectly. All right. Do not stress yourself with that. I see that there's a petal here. So I'm kind of going to make a petal-ish. All right, lines. You see those? It honestly looks better this way, you guys. Do not like stress over going exactly where we went with the cat eye, okay? You don't even have to do each petal if you don't want to. Just doing it heavy, lighter. Some have a line like that. See it? All right. Some don't. Whatever. Maybe this one has a piece here. You see that? All right. Don't sweat it. Sometimes the lines may not even connect. That's okay. Don't worry about it. All right, and so the biggest thing about this when you're doing chrome lines around like petals or something like that, you do want some sort of center here, right? So even if it's not a perfect center, you want some lines to come in towards that center. All right, and you want some like little flowery-ish dots or something to show that it's, I mean, I guess you know it's a flower. All right. Do you see how everything that we just did is exactly where we placed it? It's not going anywhere. Okay, it's going to stay exactly where we put it. This kind of gel holds the nail, it grips the nail. All right, so you're perfectly fine just to continue on. Okay, we could paint all over this whole nail. Let's say that we want a petal coming out over here. All right, let's do this so light that it almost doesn't connect, okay? And one here. What are these called? Like the little, like a stem. I don't know. Ivy. What do they call them? Guys, it's been a long day. I feel like I'm not sure you get the best of me at 7. You kind of get slap happy me at 8. Thank you for understanding. And now this looks naked. So let's do one up here. Listen, it doesn't have to come straight out of the petal. And maybe we need something over here. Okay, so you can use these for all kinds of things. They're beautiful gels. That one's going to be a little darker because I put more on. Whatever. Here's a big one. Right? They don't all need to be the same. And we're going to do 30 seconds. And we're going to chrome. All right. Let's go. We're going to use the bronze. Did I put that for 60? I think I did. That would be way too long. All right, I'm going to have to watch the clock. I'm so used to hitting that. Hold on. I'm going to have to watch the clock so I don't overcook it. Then we're going to use this bronzy. Yes, the chrome makes it pa-poom. But see, I love this kind too. It's really chunky, but I love it. The little jewelry. You're going to get all that from her too. Okay. I know you guys are going to all go follow her and watch all her beautiful stuff. All right. And she was so sweet, like happy that we were doing this. I was thinking, I love you. Of course we're doing it. All right. Chrome it up, chrome it up, chrome it up. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Who doesn't love that moment, right? Goes exactly where we asked it to go. Because of these gels, because of this collection, you will not regret it. See, I even sing after 8. Me. Look at that. All right, so we really did get rid of most of the excess. So let's make sure we do it. This is another thing I like about that clear liner. I'm just going to stroke it right on there, guys. You know, like sometimes when you think you dusted it and it still has a little dust, I'd rather that be in my clear liner than in my top gel. So this is another layer to ensure that any little mini dusties are going in here first. Like, look at this nail. Oh, that's like very tone on tone, delicate, cute, don't you think? I like it. All right. And I don't know if you guys have any BEVLAH. There's a lot of BEVLAH products I really love. Sure you covered it, but if you wipe the BEVLAH gel after curing, does it take away its chroming ability or enhances it? Wipe the BEVLAH gel after curing. Which chroming gel? You mean the powder base? You don't need to wipe the powder base. I wipe the color usually before putting on the Easy Dust, just so I don't get any other inhibition layer into my mat. Or do you mean these? This one that I'm working with. Okay, so that's the clear liner. So that's just sealing our chrome. And then we use the top gel, the top liner. I don't think there's anything that needs to be wiped except M.Aura said you have to wipe the Easy Dust. You have to wipe the inhibition. It's not an inhibition layer, really. It's non-wipe. But she says after the 60 seconds, you have to wipe this with alcohol and let it dry before going in with your chrome paint, like gels, okay? Nothing else has to be wiped. All right, they're set to go. So this was like the powder base all over chrome, okay? So that is for all over chrome. Or an area, like we did here. So you've got that smooth area with just the powder base, and then we have the texture with the volume liners. I hope that's what you were asking. If not, you know where to find me. All right, so we do need the top liner. Boy, I'm glad this one will be transferred to YouTube too, so you guys have an easier playback because we went over an hour. I don't like to do that because I feel like it's very hard to watch things on playback here. But if you didn't know, guys, follow Sweetie Nail Supply on YouTube. They save all of these to that platform, so you have an easier time going back over them if you need to. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to clean up the desk, at least clean up my brushes. I will see you Thursday, I believe at noon. So we will be live again, this time with toys. We just decided to give you a doubler this week. All right, and I will talk to you super soon. I thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.